Booyah, how's it going? Welcome back to China. Virus is in full effect. Kind of mixed opinions on the last video, hey? Some of you were like really, no, you're wrong, Alex. And some of you were like, yeah, whatever. Anyway, first things first, let's address something which really annoys me. And that is people that post a comment on your video because they want to say something at you, but they post the comment and then they delete it because obviously, I don't know, maybe they've got tiny balls. They're not brave enough to actually leave it out there for everybody to see. They just know that once they've deleted it, it will still be in your notifications, so you'll see it, but everybody else, they won't look bad to everybody else. Well, there were two people. they posted and then deleted, I think, as far as I can see, because I can't see the comments on the video, but they posted, so let's have a look. Takes a shot. Guys, you have to see this with a clear head. Kick off with this. Woof. And now random German beer. Ooh. Cheers. Happy New Year. Nope. Takes a shot. Guys, you have to look at this with a clear head. It's exactly the same thing, like originality is running strong here with two different people, but the same damn comment, except this guy's, well, I guess he has a personal touch here. It says, parentheses, like, ha ha ha, okay. Well, ha ha ha, okay, guys. A, no, I said Happy New Year. And B, if you are not clear-headed after just like one shot of baijiu, probably just stick to orange juice or maybe just eat some cheese, you know. Pussies. Anyway, especially for you guys, I got an actual glass this time. It's still not an actual shot glass, it's like a something kind of alcoholic glass. And this baijiu, look, so it's like 20 odd kuai at the supermarket, because we're all out of the good stuff, and 50%. Let's give this a little tickle. I'm gonna, we'll start this one off. There's one for the first guy. Forgot his name. Cool. One for like YouTube with a T-O-O-B tube. Yeah, second one for you, my friend. Oh, that's a bit less minging than the last baijiu's taste. Pretty good. Oh, it's got a bit of aftertaste though. So anyway, let's get on with a few quick updates. According to WHO, the World Health Organization, this is still not a global issue, it is just a China issue. So, I mean, like I said, it's a pretty good thing. It's nothing to panic about. It is to be taken seriously. A lot of people last time that commented bad stuff on my video had obviously just read the title, and yeah, I did kind of clickbait it with the, you know, the whole fake news in the title, because I knew that would like rev people up, and yeah, whatever. But if most people hadn't actually watched the whole video, so they didn't actually get the point. My point wasn't to say that it was completely fake, it was just to say that people are panicking like crazy over something which at the minute has less deaths and less, or it's similar to the flu. Like, it's not as serious as people think. It's not Ebola. The Hangzhou government announced that they will not lock down Hangzhou like some of the other cities have been. That is a great positive, and it shows that maybe that it's not going to spread this far south this badly at the moment. Anyway, so schools have announced in Zhejiang province at least that they will stay off until at least the 17th of February, so that's like almost 3 weeks from now. That initially was the government extended the winter holiday, the national holiday, spring festival, whatever you want to call it, by 2 days until the 2nd, not a great extension. But then Zhejiang province decided that all of the schools in Zhejiang would not go back until at least the 17th. That means all of them, the primary schools, the middle schools, the kindergartens, the training schools like I work at, all of them will stay off until at least the 17th. And who knows, if it's not calming down, I guess they will extend that even longer. Hopefully they can get this under control as fast as possible. Also, the great thing is, and I don't know if this will be enforced because this is China. If you've lived here for a while, you'll know that sometimes there is what they say and what actually happens. For at least the first month, everybody will get full pay for being off. After that, I guess it will go down to basic pay. Basic pay is going to be much less. So at least for a month, you would still be getting your full salary while not having to come into work. And yeah, it's a good move. So more worryingly, there are lots of things which you're seeing. It's kind of scaremongering. You buy into this kind of scaremongering thing, but there's lots of worrying things happening on the internet. People that are trying to make a buck real fast by doing shady shit. Collecting masks that people have thrown away from bins and trying to clean them off and trying to sell them again. Which, come on, guys, like, I don't think, like I said before, I don't think this pandemic is as serious as people have said. But if people are doing that, then it could become very serious because people are going to instantly buy masks, and that is just not on. Like, to make a couple of R&B, come on, guys, check yourself. Like, yeah, nah. So a positive to that is the fact that the Chinese government have put out a helpline number. I'll stick it up here. I've forgotten. It's something like 123415, something like that. And if you find people that are doing wrong, or people that are trying to like pirate people basically by selling masks which were once like super cheap for like super expensive just because they know supplies are short, you can report them and they will be arrested or investigated. They'll be in a lot of trouble for doing it basically because the government says it is illegal to try and do that to people. So once again, I'll leave it up here in the corner. But if, like, for example, just to put it in perspective, like, I bought those masks that I won in the last video. Those are surgical masks and they are usually like 25.8 RMB, I think, was paid for 2 boxes, 50 in each box. At 25.8 RMB, that's like £2.50, £3 English money. Don't know what it is in dollars, but very cheap for like 100 masks. And then somebody I know from here, or used to live here in Wenzhou, he'd bought 1 box of 50 and it was like 180 or something like that. Now that is a ridiculous extortion, and that's the kind of thing people are doing. They're either extorting people or they're trying to make a buck by trying to get these, trying to clean out and steam off like old masks, which I guess with the paper ones is kind of hard, but I guess it's kind of doable. Like, you see people trying to do this, or I've seen pictures. I don't know how. Once again, I don't want to buy into fake news, I guess. So, I mean, just be aware. And I always just get my masks now and rip them in half. So that way nobody can fake them, right? Getting down to the real serious stuff here. Like, I've been out in the streets like 2 days in a row now. I went out because I had a meeting about some other unrelated stuff that I don't need to discuss with you guys, and over the other side of the city. So I went out yesterday, and also I went out today to go and collect some stuff from somebody that's leaving China for good and not coming back. Long story short, been out in the streets. There's a lot of cars going around, but the people you see out in the streets and the areas which you normally would see people in, there are not. Now, you gotta take this with a pinch of salt. A lot of people are like, oh my God, it's like a ghost town out there. And like, a lot of that is because Spring Festival. Spring Festival, a lot of people will be back in their hometowns. There'll be a lot less people and there'll be a lot of shops closed way into like the first week of February. So like shops being closed and empty rows of shops, this kind of stuff is pretty normal, but it is slightly more. Like, I'm not gonna lie, there is slightly more. I found a whole street of taxis. Now that is weird, because a whole street of taxis, usually that's when some people, like maybe from the poorer villages or whatever, they want to come and they want to make money. So what they do is they'll come and they will work hard during Spring Festival and they will be taxiing like crazy. There is still plenty of taxis out there. I've been catching Didi Dacha, which is the Chinese equivalent of Uber, if you didn't know. But yeah, there was this whole street of taxis and they just stretched on for a good half a kilometre, 3/4 of a kilometre down the street. I took some footage. I don't think you can see very well from there, but I mean, out walking about, there was a lot of people wearing masks. There was some people that still weren't wearing masks, which I mean, that's kind of stupid, right? Mainly the older generation people just wandering around smoking, like out in the streets. There are some shops open and there are a lot closed, but I think, you know, generally there's a lot of stuff shut down. There's a lot of all the movie, cinema, theaters are closed down, and there's a lot more stuff which would have been public gatherings or like people going out and celebrating in bars and stuff, which has all been given the kibosh. No, that has been shut down. So there is actual real world implications on China for this. Is not really the virus. I think the bigger implication on China and China's economy is going to be basically that you think there was millions and millions of people that were going to go out and have booked to go out to hotels. They had all the meals booked. And I mean, these things are not cheap. You can run like hundreds of pounds, that's like thousands of RMB per table. And sometimes families will have like 5 or 6 tables in a room because everybody will be there. So you could look in at millions of RMB per restaurant, hotel, establishment, and then there's thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of these restaurants, even just in one city. So all of these restaurants that then didn't have these meals, you know, didn't make all the money. So you know, that is a massive dent to China's economy. I mean, I guess there is, on the flip side of that, there is also the increase in mask sales and for extortionate prices, but I don't think it will balance out. I think a lot of like businesses that would have been open, and a lot of businesses that would usually make a huge portion of their yearly money at this time of year, that's going to be the real impact on China. And I guess knowing a little tiny itty bitty scratch about finances, and by that I mean absolutely nothing but what I've seen in the news, is usually when something happens in one country, and a country as big as China, it's gonna ricochet to the rest of the world. So I think that is more importantly, like I said in the last video, the timing was awful. The timing of Spring Festival and this virus at the same time basically has shut down so many businesses that I think it is going to be insanely hard for a lot of businesses to come back from. And that is the real problem. So another thing which is really crazy to see is all these videos coming through of people, like even around like the Wenzhou countryside, people living in the countryside, I guess maybe they're a little bit less informed and they think it's like the end of the world, Ebola or something. They're like actually going out in diggers and digging out trees out of the ground and knocking them down to block and barricade entire roads. And then they're having like little gangs of them waiting there with like knives and sticks and stuff to try and threaten people away from, like, don't you come here with your plague and stuff. Like, that's kind of bizarre. And I guess there's going to be a lot of cleanup from all of that. So this is going to be another thing which, like, I mean, it's nice to take precautions, but I think like washing your hands and masks compared to like blocking off entire roads and having armed guards, like armed gangs of pitchfork people, is going to be another thing that they're going to need to, another thing they're going to need to clear up, basically. And the last but final thing is the kind of xenophobia or fear this is creating of Chinese people in other countries. I know there's a lot of people now which are, every time you see a Chinese person on the streets in other countries, they're going to be like, whoa, hang on, Chinese person, that's that new world flu thing. And I would hate for people to behave untoward and disrespectfully towards Chinese people because of the virus. So anyway, let's end the video on a positive, or try and find some positives for this. Don't know what positives we can find. I guess if I had to say, mask sales are up, medical supplies sales are up, and we get a few more weeks off holiday. That's only a joke, by the way. Do not, you little snowflakes, get down in the comments, oh, what a terrible person making jokes about that. Anyway, guys, if you haven't already liked, commented, and subscribed to this channel, click that little bell next to it because, you know, there'll be more bangers just like this one. Sarcasm, sarcasm. Anyway, until next time, my friends, keep safe, wear your masks, bye-bye.